Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat and welcome to the virtual industry launch ng DiskarTech. We are just waiting for the rest to log in. This is such a momentous event, kaya magsisimula na po tayo in just a short while. And ladies and gentlemen, live po tayo ngayon simulcast on Facebook and YouTube. Pero merong 30-second delay between you, our viewers, and our host. Ginawa po namin ito para maging sure tayo of maximum compatibility for our viewers across all devices and internet connections. And if you like, you can leave your comments below para sa Q&A mamaya. Please make sure na nakalogin kayo sa inyong YouTube and Facebook accounts. May mga dumadating pa na mga viewers natin ngayon, kaya wait lang po muna tayo. In the meantime, let's say hi sa mga nandito na mula sa Facebook page. Let's say hello and good morning to Sir Kelvin. Yes, good morning po. And to Jules. Sabi po ni Jules. Thank you so much and good morning. Thank you for joining us. Sir Miggy naman po, Team Alliance, are we all here? Sino excited? Si Sir Miggy, I'm sure very excited siya. Ma'am Cheryl, I'm watching now. Thank you. Thank you very much. And good morning also to Sir Jason. Maraming salamat po for joining us this morning. Miss Fatty, Ma, good morning po sa inyo. And also Miss May, good morning. Maraming salamat po for joining us today for our virtual industry launch ng DiskarTech. All right, Miss Carla watching from Flash Creative Media Works. Wow, maraming salamat po, Miss Carla. Also, Miss Angel, excited much si Miss Angel sa ating event today. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And of course, mag-hello din po tayo sa mga friends natin na nanonood via YouTube naman po. Meron tayo sa Facebook and we also have from YouTube. Good morning to everyone who are watching us from YouTube. Thank you so much. All right, malapit na po tayong magsimula. Ladies and gentlemen, narito na ang hinihintay nating lahat, the virtual industry launch ng DiskarTech. Nag-iba na ang mga hamon ng panahon. Paano magiging handa ang mga madiskarteng Pinoy para harapin ang mga ito patungo sa maginhawang buhay? Alamin ngayon sa DiskarTech Virtual Industry Launch.
And now,
Let's take a moment of silence at tayo'y manalangin. Panginoon, salamat po sa biyaya. Salamat po na napapanatili kaming ligtas. Kami nagpapasalamat sa oportunidad na makatulong sa libo-libong madiskarteng Pinoy na nangangarap na guminhawa ang kanilang buhay. Lalo na sa panahong puno ng alinlangan dulot ng pandemya. With your grace and your love, you inspire us to make a difference and encourage inclusive growth in the country. Sa dami ng mga Pilipinong naglalakbay patungo sa buhay na maginhawa, maraming salamat at minarapat ninyo kaming maging kasama nila bilang kaibigan at gabay tungo sa pagtupad ng kanilang mga pangarap. Naway ang bawat isa ay magpatuloy na magkapit-bisig, hindi lamang magbigay ng lakas ng loob, bagkus ng kaalaman sa pagharap sa hamon ng buhay. Ang pagtagumpayan ang bawat hamon na aming kinakaharap sa araw-araw. Amen. Maraming salamat. Bigyang pugay natin ang ating bandila at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang lupang hinirang. Maraming salamat po. At ngayon, join me in welcoming your host for today. Isa siyang anchor sa One News and Bloomberg PH and a finance professor, PhD and MBA. Please welcome Dr. Daniela Laurel.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see everyone safe and healthy today. May launch tayo na isang product that will really help a lot of Filipinos, especially in this time of a pandemic. Isa siyang super mobile app that fits right in the new normal. It gives users hassle-free access sa maraming banking services. Plus, it also has entrepreneurial tools that will surely be of much use sa ating mga bagong negosyante. But I don't want to spoil all of the details for you. We will find out more about this new product later on. In the meantime, to officially welcome all of the madiskartes present here today na ang gusto lang is to have a better life, we have the RCBC Chairperson, Ms. Helen Yuchenko-D, and the RCBC President and CEO, Mr. Eugene S. Acevedo.
For 60 years, RCBC has partnered with every Filipino to serve their financial needs. The change brought about by this new normal has challenged us to be even more relevant as we move forward in this new way of banking. DiskarTech will be our legacy to the young and tech-savvy Filipinos. I wish it luck and many decades of success.
DiskarTech. We first shared our plans to launch the Philippines' first inclusion super app 2 months prior to the ECQ declaration. I cannot truly say that the coronavirus derailed our plans. Instead, it has brought to light the essential services needed by Filipinos under a new digital economy. We accelerated the addition of features as they proved to be more necessary today. Again, it has been a long time coming, but we're here now, more responsive and more relevant than ever. DiskarTech is here for every unbanked and underserved Filipino.
Thank you, Chairperson Yuchenko-D and President Acevedo. Para naman bigyan tayo ng more information on the country's first inclusion super mobile app, please welcome the RCBC Executive Vice President and Chief Innovation and Inclusion Officer, Mr. Lito Villanueva.
Sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan saan man dako ng mundo, malugod po naming ibinabahagi ang produktong Tatak Pinoy. Isang kauna-unahang inclusion super mobile app sa bansa. Handog ng RCBC, narito na ang DiskarTech. This is your kapartner sa pag-asenso. This is your DiskarTech. Taglish din po ang ating mobile app para mas maging madali ang paggamit nito. Mas maiintindihan din ng mga baguhan sa pagbabangko ang iba't ibang serbisyo na available sa kanila. Napapanahon ang paglulunsad na ito ngayong naharap ang lahat sa napakalaking hamon, ang pandemyang dulot ng COVID-19. We made sure that we address the barriers, both real and imagined, that keep most Filipinos unbanked. Yes, problems and difficulties are present, but we accepted the challenge. We have more online kababayan than registered bank users, so digital really is the way forward to attain financial inclusion and create a sustainable digital economy. The mobility afforded by a digital transactional account removes expenses for transportation and related costs. This accrued cost savings can go straight to your new digital savings accounts. All these are insured with the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation. Every unbanked and underserved Filipino can now open their basic deposit accounts anytime, anywhere, without any requirement for an initial deposit or need to keep a maintaining balance, and no charges or fees for dormant accounts. Speaking of which, we also gamified savings and offered competitive interest to encourage this habit among our users. We believe that digital literacy and financial education are vital in scaling consumer adoption. Ilan lang po ito sa napakaraming digital services ng DiskarTech. The goal really is to give every Pinoy access to responsive, secure, and affordable financial services in support of the goals of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and as part of RCBC's thrust towards accelerating inclusive digital finance. This is your kapartner. This is DiskarTech.
May bank account ka ba?
Wala.
Hindi ako papasukin doon kasi ganito lang ang damit suot ko.
Ano yun?
Di uso yan.
Saan ka umuutang?
Minsan sa 5-6, minsan sa lending.
Pag umutang kami sa hapon, pagdating ng umaga, ibinabalik yon na may tubong 20%.
May insurance ka ba?
Meron ata.
Wala kasi expensive yata yun eh.
Naku, pag namatay ka lang yata makakakuha nun ah.
Kailangan ba yun?
Saan ka nagbabayad ng bills mo?
Naku, pag Judith, mahaba ang pila dyan.
Sa mga tauhan nila doon, nagpupunta rito.
Dating normal o bagong normal? Pero bakit marami pa rin sa atin ang hindi nakasasabay? Ano man ang dahilan, maraming ganap at oportunidad ang nalalampasan. Pero hindi na ngayon. Tama na ang pagtitiis. Huwag lang umasa sa paghingi ng awa o daanin sa para-paraan. Kailangan lang ang diskarte sa buhay. Narito na ang gabay na hindi lang makapagbibigay ng kaluwagan na makaraos lang sa buhay. Ang daan patungo sa maginhawang buhay, nasa kamay mo na. You know? In support of the BSP's thrust in accelerating inclusive digital finance, RCBC is proud to introduce an easy, secure, unified, and connected way to build, to grow, to live. A digital solution that empowers you para maging mas madiskarte ka. This is your partner sa pag-asenso. This is DiskarTech.
The DiskarTech app is really for the madiskartek. Sa features pa lang, ang laki na ng naitutulong niya sa atin. Iba talaga ang kakaiba, di ba? There's no other perfect time than today. This digital product, DiskarTech, is really an example of what relevant and responsive is all about, especially during this very challenging time. We know that we are a resilient nation. Kaya natin to. And I'm sure that the Madiskarte people out there will make something out of the country's first inclusion super app, DiskarTech. And to share their support, we have with us some of our country's leaders. Let's begin with our keynote speaker, Professor Emeritus of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, the former Secretary of the Department of Budget and Management, and the current Chairman of the Monetary Board and Governor of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the Honorable Dr. Benjamin E. Diokno.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to the DiskarTech app launch. Indeed, today's launch is quite significant, and I'd like to take this time to congratulate the DiskarTech team for developing an app that exemplifies innovation and collaboration, and a concerted effort among various stakeholders in the country towards achieving an inclusive economy. This launch could not come at a better time. Our recent data indicate that between March 17th and April 30th this year, at the height of the lockdown, an estimated 4.1 million digital accounts were opened among banks and e-money issuers. This is a clear indication of the need for digital financial services solutions amid the enforcement of social distancing measures. Our data also shows that InstaPay and PesoNet transactions registered a surge in volume and value in April and May, the height of the enhanced community quarantine. In terms of transaction volume, InstaPay and PesoNet increased by 84% and 24% respectively. PesoNet in particular saw a 325% increase in the month of May alone. And new online signs-up and app downloads for digital financial services also increased by 100% year-on-year from January to April. With these developments, it is important to guarantee that digital finance ecosystem must be inclusive to ensure that no one is left behind. This is why we fully support the implementation of the Philippine National ID system. A Philippine National ID would reduce, if not totally eliminate, the problems associated with the distribution of the social amelioration aid to the intended beneficiary in the future, and strengthen our social protection system by making cash transfers faster and safer. It can also lead to broader participation in the financial system, particularly among the unbanked, by making it easier to open accounts and access suitable products and services. In fact, one of the inadvertent benefits of the SAP was that it created a compelling incentive for unbanked beneficiaries to open accounts. We must leverage on this momentum to drive technology-driven financial inclusion, not only by promoting use of digital financial services, but also by increasing consumer trust and confidence. And this is what I believe DiskarTech can do. On our end, we are also harnessing the power of technology to improve our own consumer protection services through an enhanced Consumer Assistance Management System, or CAMS, with chatbot functionality. We recently launched our chatbot, Bob, or the BSP online buddy, to improve our consumer assistance mechanism. Utilizing artificial intelligence and machine learning, Bob can respond in real time and expedite the handling of consumer concerns. This is in line with my personal mission to bring the BSP closer to the people. While it has thrown the world's economies and daily life off balance, the pandemic spurs us towards different, if not new and exciting directions. Moving forward, we must look at every Filipino as a potential contributor to the revival of our economy. Each transaction, however big or small, will serve as a stepping stone towards recovery. Digitization can accelerate the integration of the excluded in the formal financial system and pump up economic activity. Again, let me congratulate the DiskarTech team for their hard work in bringing this platform into reality. We look forward to our continued partnership in advancing financial inclusion in our country. We hope for your success in bringing banking to the people and where it is needed the most. Maraming salamat at mabuhay!
Thank you, Governor Diokno. He reminded us that there is good in every crisis and we can take this challenging time as an opportunity to push for financial inclusion and accelerate poverty reduction. Next, let us all welcome our MSME champion and digital inclusion advocate, our guest speaker, the Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, the Honorable Ramon Lopez.
The Department of Trade and Industry fully supports DiskarTech's pioneering app as it is fully aligned with the Duterte administration's 10-point socio-economic agenda. By helping more than 1.3 million sari-sari stores and market vendors in over 42,000 barangays, DiskarTech's complete suite of digital financial services will benefit our micro, small, and medium enterprises. To this end, DTI signed a Memorandum of Understanding with RCBC last August 2019 to promote DiskarTech and provide training programs for entrepreneurs. These training programs will roll out in more than 1,000 DTI Negosyo Centers around the country. DTI knows that our country has incredible e-commerce potential and possibility. With a total population of 108 million, the Philippines has 76 million active internet users or users of social media. Our country's annual e-commerce growth rate has been pegged at 12% from 2018 to 2022. And we are the third largest e-commerce market in Southeast Asia. Given the importance of e-commerce in our economy, we need to maximize opportunities for its growth by implementing reform initiatives and development interventions. By doing so, we expect an exponential growth of 2% of the overall retail market to be done online, and this will grow faster with our young population combined with the convenience of online shopping. DTI is also prioritizing micro SMEs in preparing our country for the digital economy. This means increasing the number of micro SMEs that are online and encouraging them to grow in the digital space. Given that there are 1.5 million businesses registered in the Philippines, the government cannot capacitate micro SMEs on our own. That's why we are thankful for the partnership of the private sector with initiatives like RCBC's DiskarTech to push our micro SMEs to embrace digitalization. On the government side, we are committed to address barriers to e-commerce and create programs that will empower micro SMEs with regard to digitalization. We have also included e-commerce as one of the top 12 priorities in our Inclusive Innovation-Led Industrial Strategy, or ICUBE-S. This strategy will help us build innovative and entrepreneurial ecosystems with innovation at the front and center of our industrial policy. Lastly, while pushing e-commerce growth is a whole-of-government initiative, DTI is taking the lead as the primary government agency and the focal point in agency coordination. Our goal is to fully realize Republic Act 8792, or the E-Commerce Act of 2000, through the proposed Philippine E-Commerce Roadmap 2022, and in a way Prepare also for the pending bill in Congress authored by Congressman Wes Gatchalian that will further strengthen the e-commerce ecosystem in the country. DTI would also like to thank DiskarTech for helping accelerate the digital transformation of Philippine businesses and consumers. Aside from providing additional income to our micro SMEs, it will also help promote financial inclusion by encouraging more Filipinos to open bank accounts and be part of the formal financial system. This financial inclusion is key to achieving President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's vision of having an inclusive growth and a comfortable life for all Filipinos. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Secretary Lopez. It's not just consumers that will benefit from more convenient, safer, and faster transactions, but millions of our MSMEs will be able to harness on the growth of e-commerce.
This is your partner sa pag-asenso. This is DiskarTech, a fusion of grit and enabling technologies the Filipino way. The country's first inclusion super app that hosts a suite of app-based financial services na nagbibigay ng hassle-free access sa mga financial services, pangkabuhayan, pati na rin healthcare access through our partner digital clinics nationwide through your smartphones sa angmang sulok ng bansa. You know, DiskarTech features a fun, convenient, and accessible interface na hindi ka mano-nosebleed. Dahil ito ang kauna-unahang taglish mobile app sa bansa. Dahil easy to use at easy to understand ito. Hindi lang yan. Depende sa diskarte mo, pwede mo nang planuhin ang mga pag-iipunan mo. Sa DiskarTech, may hashtag buhay ginhawa na gabay sa kung ano mang gusto mong life goals. Makabili ng motorsiklo, bagong cellphone, pang tuition ni junior, o pang travel sa Japan o Boracay. Wala pang ilang minuto, meron ka ng DiskarTech savings account. Ang bilis, di ba? Pwede ka mag-deposit na kikita pa dahil sa mataas na interes, withdraw sa libo-libong outlets nationwide, o cardless ATM withdrawal at mag-transfer ng pera anytime. Magbayad ka na rin ng mga bills o gaya ng inyong passport renewal, NBI clearance at iba pang government billers. And soon, pati loans and insurance meron na din ang DiskarTech. San ka pa? At dahil madiskarte ka, pwede mo ring pagkakitaan ito sa iyong barangay gamit ang cellphone mo. Pwede kang madiskarteng negosyante na serbisyohan ang mga kapitbahay mong wala pang smartphone o walang data access. Di na kailangang magpunta sa kung saan pa. Pwede nang makibayad sa'yo ng utility bills or government payments o magpa-load kasama na e-game pins. At kumita ng extra at marami pang iba. E di, sang ka pa? Lahat kasama. You know? And later on, magkakaroon na rin ng skills marketplace to help promote ang pangkabuhayan mo, lalo na sa new normal. This is DiskarTech.
We've seen what the DiskarTech app is all about. Ngayon naman, let's find out how easy it is to use the country's first inclusion super app. Let's watch this.
Madali lang gamitin ang DiskarTech app. To start using the account, buksan ito at pindutin ang gumawa ng account. Ilagay ang inyong pangalan, mobile number, at ipasok ang one-time password na ipapadala sa cellphone number na ibinigay ninyo. Gumawa ng safe and secure password at isubmit ito. Tandaan mo ito dahil gagamitin mo ang password tuwing magla-log on ka sa DiskarTech app. Kung may goals ka na gustong matupad, sundan ang screen instructions at ilagay kung magkano ang isa-save mo at kung gaano katagal mag-iipon. Makikita mo kung magkano kada buwan ang dapat mong ilaan para makaipon. Para ma-verify naman ang iyong account at makakuha ng 3.25% interest sa savings account mo, itap ang i-verify ang account mo at itap ang tara na mag-upgrade. Sagutin ang mga tanong at i-accept ang terms and conditions ng DiskarTech pagkatapos itong basahin. Maghanda rin ng isang valid ID. Piliin kung aling ID ang gagamitin at kunan ito ng picture. Sunod naman ang video selfie. Sundan ang instructions at itap ang continue. Hintayin lang ang pag-process at verified na ang account mo. Pwede ka nang mag-deposit ng pera to earn your 3.25% interest per year. Para naman mag-deposit using a reference number, itap ang icon ng partner kung saan ka magdi-deposit. Ilagay kung magkano ang i-deposit. At pag-press mo ng submit, may lalabas na reference number. Tandaan ang number na ito at ipakita sa cashier ng partner when making your transaction. Para naman magpa-load o bumili ng gaming pins, i-enter ang mobile number na loloadan. Pumili ng product o promo. Tap submit and press confirm. Hintayin ang one-time password at i-enter ito. May lalabas na message para i-confirm ang transaction. Kung magbabayad ka naman ng bills, itap ang Pay Bills icon at piliin mula sa menu kung ano ang babayaran mo. Piliin ang merchant. I-type ang merchant reference number and the amount that you're paying. Tap submit and confirm the amount. Ipasok ang one-time password na ipapadala sa inyong mobile number. I-verify. At yun na! Bayad ka na! Makikita mo sa home screen ang completed transaction. Kung kailangan mo naman mag-withdraw ng pera, itap ang deposit and withdraw icon at piliin ang transaction facility kung saan mo kukunin ang inyong money. Ilagay ang amount na iwi-withdraw mo at may lalabas na reference number. Tandaan at ipakita ito when making your transaction para makuha mo na ang money mo. Pwede rin mag-cardless ATM withdrawal sa mahigit na 1,500 RCBC ATM locations nationwide. Mag-fund transfer din sa alinmang bank account or mobile wallet gamit ang InstaPay. Maaari din ito gamitin sa paglagay ng pondo sa iyong basic deposit account para lalo pang lumago ang pera mo. Kung magbabayad ka naman for government transactions, tap mo lang ang government icon. Piliin ang government agency at ilagay ang reference number and the amount that you're paying. Tap confirm. And intayin ang one-time password na ipapadala sa inyong phone. Ipasok ang OTP. Verify. At sa ilang saglit, nakabayad ka na. Isang integrated solution para sa madiskarting Pinoy. You know, this is your partner sa pag-asenso. This is DiskarTech.
Talagang very hassle-free to use ang DiskarTech app because it's really designed para sa maraming Pinoy na gustong guminhawa ang kanilang mga buhay. DiskarTech was really designed for the unbanked and underserved Filipinos. Imagine being the country's first established mobile app, mas maraming Pinoy ang mas madaling makakagamit nito. Galing! At ito na ang magpapatunay at magpapakita ng kanilang suporta for DiskarTech, ang ating mga madiskarte partners. Let's watch this video.
Through DiskarTech, our kababayans, especially those who are marginalized and those from the rural areas, will now have better chances for financial inclusivity. And the timing could not be more perfect because, as we all know, the pandemic is not yet over. And staying at home remains to be the best way to avoid contracting the coronavirus. With the DiskarTech app, that option will be open to them. While we continue to adjust to our new normal, we'll be busy continuing to reinvent the way we conduct our businesses through technology. The last few months have been difficult for us all. COVID-19 was a game changer that disrupted the course of the world. But technology was a game changer too, as it made our life in community quarantine that much more acceptable. Our connectivity, our access to information, our capability to accomplish tasks and make things happen even while in the safety of our homes, all through modern technology. Help keep our sanity and gave some semblance of assurance that we will get through this crisis. And please keep on developing technological wonders for the world. Keep safe, and again, congratulations.
The decision to restore economic activity in this time of pandemic has allowed the transfer of responsibility from the state to the citizens. Now, every person is responsible for himself and his life after knowing the danger, so life continues with caution. It is wrong to continue to close our mind for entrepreneurial endeavor at the moment, for it will weaken and ultimately destroy the economy and interests of our country and the people. The DiskarTech launching is an initiative that will widen the horizon of the Liga ng mga Barangay sa Pilipinas in terms of an effective financial education. It will also strengthen and support economic opportunity and growth. The features of DiskarTech application, like doing fund transfer and bills payment, would allow our constituents the convenience of doing business at home in the safest and fastest manner. This will indeed help all the barangay officials and barangay folks to understand the right financial management and entrepreneurial perspective for a better life.
When COVID-19 affected the Philippines and the world in March 2020, marami sa atin or lahat sa atin ay naapektuhan. Unang-una, wala tayong trabaho kasi hindi nga tayo pwede pumasok sa opisina. Pangalawa, yung mga negosyo natin sarado kasi hindi nga tayo pinapayagan na magbukas at baka ito ay maging sanhipan ng paghahawa natin sa iba't ibang tao. Dahil nga sa pagiging creative ng Pilipino, nakita natin ng online world na napuno ng kung ano-anong binibenta. Especially yung mga essentials. Nandiyan yung may pagkain ka, yung alcohol, yung face mask. Puno yan, no? Dahil nga ang kagustuhan ng Pinoy ay kumita. At dahil nasa new normal na nga tayo, marami sa atin na natutuloy gumamit ng mga application sa telepono natin. Nagbabayad tayo ng bills, bumibili tayo ng pagkain, pinapa-deliver natin yung mga produkto natin, tumatanggap tayo ng pera. And in all of this, nagpapasalamat tayo sa RCBC dahil sa pagpa-introduce niya ngayon ng bagong application. Ito nga yung DiskarTech. Lahat ito pwede natin din gawin dito. Pwede rin tayo mag-ipon ng pera natin sa bangko. Dahil nga, RCBC na nag-introduce nito, nakalink ang ating mga accounts sa DiskarTech app. Ang ka-entrep, kasama ng mga miyembro namin, at lahat pa ng ibang negosyante sa Pilipinas ay nagpapasalamat sa pagpapalabas ng RCBC ng bagong DiskarTech app.
Nagpapasalamat kami na sa wakas meron na kami pwedeng gamitin sa pang-araw-araw ng pagkakakitaan. Ito lang yata yung madali naming maintindihan. Kasi nga, Tagalog yung mobile app. Hindi na kami nag-nosebleed na marami pang mga English na mahirap sundan. Para lang kami nakikipag-usap dun sa aming mga cellphone. Dahil nga sa dali na mag-transact sa DiskarTech mula sa aming mga kumakayod at lumalaban sa hamon ng buhay, ang DiskarTech ay may malasakit sa aming mga maliliit. Mabuhay po ang DiskarTech. Salamat po, RCBC.
Congratulations to RCBC for the introduction of DiskarTech. Your launching is indeed very timely as everyone is really shifting to digital during this pandemic. Digitalization is core to our common goal of creating sustainable smart cities. Services and technology offered by DiskarTech will help us improve the quality of lives of the citizens we serve. Digital initiatives like this would surely help our local chief executives to accelerate the realization of smart cities across the country.
Thank you very much to everyone who shared their support. Talaga namang nakakataba ng puso knowing that you are by our side as we help Filipinos in their journey towards achieving their financial aspirations.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now live for our media forum. Pero bago ang lahat, hello once again sa ating mga viewers sa Facebook and YouTube. Shoutout po sa inyong lahat. Please welcome back your host, Danny Laurel, and RCBC Executive Vice President and Chief Innovation and Inclusion Officer, Mr. Lito Villanueva. Media forum. Pero bago ang
Hi guys, I'm Danny Laurel and it's so exciting to be here live on your screens. Hi Lito, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. And thank you, Danny.
Okay, so I really enjoyed that presentation and I just wanted to say hello, magandang hapon na ba? Magandang hapon to our friends from the media. So maraming information na ang nabigay nitong, halos 1 hour na presentation, but I'm sure marami pa ring questions dyan. So as mentioned earlier on, you have the comment section dyan sa Facebook and also sa YouTube. And let's take a quick look at what the questions have been. And of course, you can just leave it as we go along. The first question I have here is a very basic question, Lito. Why is DiskarTech termed as the country's first inclusion super app? I mean, what makes it super? You've been in the fintech industry for more than a decade. You've seen a lot of these apps come in left and right. Bakit siya mas inclusive than others? And what makes it very different?
Well, number one, we made sure that it would be much different from the rest. No? So number one, yung language. No? So this is the first Taglish mobile app in the country because our intent really is on how to make it more accessible, no, sa ating mga kababayan, especially sa mga underbanked or unserved constituents natin or ating mga Pilipino mga kababayan. So isa ito sa ating mga gustong gawin to make sure that this will be parang kaibigan lang, no? Isang mobile app na hindi masyadong intimidating for most of our Filipinos. So another thing is also yung sabi mo nga, tanong mo yung bakit ito ginawang tinatawag na super app, no, o super inclusion app na ginagawa sa ating bansa ngayon. So number one, kasi kaya siya super inclusion app, it is not just about financial inclusivity, it also has other features like social and even yung healthcare, no? So we have also livelihood component that is embedded into the app because especially nowadays that we have practically over 4 million Filipinos that are out of jobs because of the pandemic, and now we're looking at ways on how we can provide alternative livelihood or income for these kababayans. No? So I think one of this is definitely makatulong ang DiskarTech app natin, and also meron din tayong healthcare facility, yung tinatawag nating telemedicine, no? Especially during the lockdown we experienced that. Even I myself, my family experienced that you have difficulty in really going to hospitals or to clinics because you don't want to be infected by the virus. No? So with this, because of DiskarTech, we have partners from various, we partnered with various entities in the country, and one of which is really on telemedicine, wherein through the use of the mobile app of DiskarTech, they will now be able to avail of healthcare services, no, using the mobile app. So parang hindi mo na kailangang umalis ng bahay o hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa ospital or saan man, dahil pwede mo nang gawin ang pagbabayad ng bills or pag-transfer ng funds or even sa healthcare ay pwede mo nang gamitin sa pamamagitan ng iyong telepono.
Thanks, Lito. No, very interesting kasi nga Taglish siya, inclusive. What makes it so different from just a payment app that there already is? What's interesting is yung very famous apps that we already know about. You were part of Paymaya before, Gcash as well. It is one of the big players here. These are created by telco companies, not necessarily banks. And the fintech space has been very separate traditionally from the banking space, which is really loans, diba? Yan focus nyo, pangungutang, hindi naman talaga payment systems, hindi naman talaga e-commerce. So
Yeah.
tell us what makes it so different.
Yes. Well, I think one thing is it is not being presented as a payments app only, and as I've said, no, it offers a wide variety of financial services. Because when you talk of financial inclusion, it is not only about payments or it is not just about loans, but it's actually a complete suite of financial services. So this would include payments, investments, savings, insurance, and even lending. No? So in this particular case, uh, the good thing with this is that the basic deposit account, which is part of BSP's push in terms of promoting financial inclusion, is that all the account holders will now be able to enjoy interest on their savings. No, unlike kasi sa ibang sa wallets kasi, mga mobile wallets, because by nature of their license, it is not allowed for them to put in or to offer interest on those accounts, no, because those are
Okay.
wallet. So in this particular case, nagbabangko ka pa rin. So it's a bank account. So your bank account earns interest for you, and at the same time, it is insured with the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation. So ang kagandahan pa nito na dahil yun siguro nakikita natin, no, kasi karamihan sa ating mga Pilipino wala pa talagang bank accounts, no. In fact, we have over 50 million adult Filipinos that remain that they still do not have bank accounts, no, right now. So ngayon kasi yung mga nakikita nilang barriers na yung nga naka-t-shirt lang sila, naka-chinelas, or baka hindi sila papasukin sa air-conditioned branch, or yung branch ng bangko napakalayo naman sa kanila. So in this particular case, because of BSP's regulation, inallow nila yung basic deposit account. So ibig sabihin nun,
Okay.
pwede ka nang mag-open ng account anytime, anywhere using your mobile app. And then, wala kang kailangang ilagay o ilagak na paunang pera para ma-open mo yung account. So walang initial deposit required. Tapos number 2, hindi ka rin kailangang magkaroon ng maintaining balance, no? At number 3, hindi ka ma-charge kung zero balance yung account mo sa iyong basic deposit account. Kasi ang kagandahan nito ay yun nga, pwede mong gamitin yan sa iba't ibang bagay. Kaya for example, yung negosyo mo, if you have online business, you can make that as your account where to receive all your payments, no, for your online business. So marami tayong pwedeng gawin dito kasi isa pa, with your savings, it now creates for you a what we call the credit profile or credit history, na kung saan pwede ka na ngayon umutang sa bangko na sa napakaliit na napakababang interest kasi nga meron ka ng credit scoring or credit score or credit profile. So with that, it now helps that person to be able to build his credit history, and at the same time be able to access affordable financial services like loans na ating i-introduce din sa DiskarTech very, very soon.
Very interesting, no, dito. So, bale, normally, in a wallet system, nakaupo lang yung pera mo doon. It's not really earning any interest. They're not allowed. And if magbubukas ka ng savings account sa bank, ang daming requirements na kailangan before you can actually be earning from this money. So this one basically merges both. Now, more on that question, Lito, since you already brought it up, you're offering 3.25% interest on your savings. That's quite a lot, di ba? I mean, sa stock market pa lang mawawala ka na sa 20% down na ngayon, di ba? How is this possible? Is this just a promo offer? How can you assure people that this is you're really going to make their savings grow?
Yes. Well, one of the thrusts really ng RCBC is to create that habit among Filipinos, no, na mag-save, di ba? And in fact, itong DiskarTech, it is not just a plain basic deposit account or digital savings, because we made sure not to make it fun, no? So we gamified it actually in the app. So kung saan lahat ng mga customers natin o yung mga DiskarTech account holders natin will now be able to plan. So meron silang parang silang merong tawag dito yung goals. Ang tawag namin ito yung hashtag buhay ginhawa. Wherein, for example, ako, ang ina-aspire ko to have to buy or to pay a down payment for my motorcycle, for example, or especially ngayon, kailangan bumili ng laptop sa anak ko, for example, dahil online education na ngayon. So ngayon, for example, kung dahil wala kang namang ganung regular na kita o na pera na hindi ka nakapag-ipon, pwede mo na ngayong iset sa DiskarTech app na let's say, ang gusto mong i-save ay 20,000 pesos sa loob ng 3 buwan or 6 na buwan o 12 months, ay pwede mo iset dyan sa DiskarTech. Then every time, meron siyang i-compute ka sa'yo kung magkano yung dapat mong ilaan for your savings every month. So may prompt or merong notice or may reminder sa'yo yung app, si DiskarTech, na kung kailan mo dapat hulugan yung iyong punan yung deposito sa DiskarTech. So kumbaga, at the end of your period na kung saan sinet mo nga yung savings mo, so ma-achieve mo ngayon yung iyong dream na gustong bilhin, like yung laptop or magbiyahe or bumili na or mag-down payment sa isang motorsiklo.
I love that, no? Kasi nga, it's not just the technology, and not just the ease of use, inclusion, but really the education. So financial literacy needs to be forefront. And usually, iba pa yung mga app para matuto mag-save. Iba pa, and ito nandiyan na siya. Now, we're getting this question from Bruce Rodriguez of ABS-CBN. Hi, Bruce. He asks dito, amid the proliferation of cybercrime scams, phishing, how can banks, particularly RCBC, this is backed by RCBC, the monetary authorities and other government agencies like the DTI, make sure that we will continue to support these initiatives? Lalo na in this period na wala nang ang trabaho ang mga tao, you're holding on to cash. I'm afraid, diba, to put my money na naman somewhere else in a bank that's not necessarily a bank. And ang dami ng scandals right now. How can we be assured that it's completely safe to transact?
Okay. First things first, Bruce, hi, and good morning to you, and thank you for tuning in. No, our friend from ABS-CBN. So I think gusto kong sagutin yan by way of stressing this point that the basic commodity of banking and finance industry is really trust. No? So trust is the major pillar to ensure the trust and the confidence of the consumers to transact with any financial institution, and bank being part of that. So I think in this particular case, to answer your question, RCBC, for example, and practically across all banks and all financial institutions have really invested heavily on cyber, anti-cyber crime solutions in terms of in terms of protecting their platforms, no. So kumbaga, sinasabi nga nila, with the digitalization efforts, with technology, mabilis din yung development ng mga hackers or mga cyber criminals, no, to really victimize our clients, no, our customers, or any Filipino for that matter, or any customer for that matter. So in this particular case, part of this initiative is really on investing heavily on all of this security solutions to make sure that we are all protected, no. And in fact, we are, we're fine with we're good with that, with the BSP, with our regulators being also steadfast in terms of really pushing everyone to be safe and secured when it comes to all of these banking transactions, especially during this pandemic.
Okay, so it's something that actually, banks have been working on with or without the pandemic, diba? Cybersecurity is just that right now it's accelerated even further, and you've actually had to implement this in a faster way. So thank you so much for that question. I have one from
Danny. Sorry,
go ahead,
just to add lang. Kasi a part of financial education really is on security talaga. So in fact, we had collaboration with the National Privacy Commission, kay Chairman Liboro, with SEC Chair Emil Aquino, and of course BSP, TTI, etc. So in fact, one of the things that we would want to highlight is the fact that yung security on financial transactions must also be imbibed by the customers themselves. Kasi sometimes mga customers din natin, kung nakita mo yung mga reports, sometimes they are the ones sharing their PIN numbers or
Okay,
OTPs with
oo.
their friends, with their relatives, at mabilis na binibigay lang yung mga ganong numbers, no? At in fact, yung iba naman nagbibigay ng password na napakadaling
Yes,
makuha.
oo.
Like for example, your birthday or
Oo.
your ganon. So these are some of the parang kala mo minor, pero in fact that is those things are major in terms of being able to be parang magiging accessible sa mga hackers or mga criminals.
Tama. So it's not just all on your shoulders then, diba? It's just responsibility of consumers also to make sure that they are careful then, diba? Just like we take care of our health. Dito, we're flashing here on our screens a question from Bernie Magkilat of Manila Bulletin. What should be included in the new Philippine e-commerce bill of Congressman Gatchalian? So this is actually very, very interesting. You were talking about a lot about how and DTI Secretary had mentioned earlier, this can actually help our economy in a very direct way. Kasi what we're trying to do is really increase the e-commerce platforms for MSMEs.
Yes. Well, I think this is also related to the bill submitted or filed by Congressman Joey Salceda. In fact, tomorrow I was invited at a congressional hearing for that bill, filed by Congressman Salceda. But this one is really more on taxing or digital taxation, because I think that has been one of the major issues before, controversial issues, when BIR came up with a circular requiring online sellers to register with BIR. So I think this is something that we want done immediately and something that we want really to support. Kasi yung I think one of the things that we want included in the e-commerce law or e-commerce bill that is now being heard in the Senate would be yun nga na collaboration or incentives to be given to casual online sellers for them to be able to thrive in this new normal.
Okay, so incentivize them actually to start using the platforms, diba? It's just a matter of the first push. Okay, this one, Lito, from Doris Dumlao of the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Who takes care of the backroom of DiskarTech? Is it independent from the parent bank? Will it be using the banking license of RCBC's Rural Bank? I think you've touched upon this before, but it's very interesting to see how separate is this going to be from RCBC Bank, or is this one, a product of RCBC?
Okay, DiskarTech is a platform or a product of RCBC right now. And I think we also announced before start of the year that that RCBC would be applying with the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas for a rural bank license for a digital-centric banking business model. And once we have that approval from the BSP, then DiskarTech would now be part of that rural bank with digital banking operations or business model. And we're looking at hopefully that one to be in place within the year. So, but to the question of Doris as to who's the one backing it up right now, it's really RCBC. But this is actually the first initiative of RCBC for a cloud-based core banking functionality.
Okay, very interesting. So it's part and parcel of RCBC still in the process of applying for a digital banking license, a fully digital bank. Yeah. Lito, we have time for just to the media here and our viewers. We have time for 2 more questions, so just keep them coming. Meanwhile, I just want to mention, because I've been seeing in the live comments maybe some difficulties downloading the app, and everyone's very excited. Make sure that the spelling is correct. So it's DiskarTech with a K. Diskarte, parang nagsispell ng diskarte. So it should be available, if I'm not mistaken, Lito, you can correct me, in Apple's App Store and also Android. So ayan, you've got it both in Google Play and App Store. You also have the QR code being flashed on your screens. Okay, so while we're waiting, I think for the next couple of questions, I want to know the details, Lito, on the fees. Okay, so kasi maraming issues during this pandemic, lalo na biglang nagkaka-fees. Before this all happened, the BSP was very keen on reducing the transfer fees, lalo na Instanet Peso, InstaPay and PesoNet. Some had very differing fees, diba? Some free up to 50,000, etc. Are the transactions going to be free? Are you expecting bills payments? That was also an issue, the Meralco payment, diba, during the pandemic. There was also that issue. So tell us about the costs involved for anybody who uses this app.
Okay, for bills payment, definitely there is no cost to the customer. So they could pay our more than 1,000 billers in the DiskarTech mobile app, and they will not be charged a single centavo. So they could immediately pay that bill using the DiskarTech app. Yun namang sa transfers, right now, because of course, in support of BSP's position in terms of really supporting the government and the country, we have extended, for example, for RCBC, extended the free transfers or fund transfers using InstaPay and PesoNet until the end of August. Yeah, and so yung InstaPay and PesoNet, so zero rated siya. And then for yung fund transfer, it will be free if you are transferring to a DiskarTech to another DiskarTech account, no? So, and the good thing here is that alam natin kasi that not all Filipinos would have access to mobile device, no, smartphone device. Kung meron ka ng smartphone device, wala ka namang data service, or may mobile device ka nga pero ito naman ay feature phone, at yung iba naman totally wala talagang cellphone. So with this, you can do what we call the transaction on behalf of. So meaning, yung mga kapitbahay mo sa iyong lugar, sa iyong barangay, ay pwede nang pumunta sa iyo, at ikaw, dahil ikaw lang yung may cellphone at ikaw lang may DiskarTech, pwede na silang makibayad sa iyo. Ito yung mga pakibayad, transfer, etc. So kumbaga, you could now, that's why we have this engagement or partnership with Liga ng mga Barangay, because the idea is for us to be able to enable each of the 42,000 barangay in our country today, no? So lahat na ng barangay ngayon sa ating bansa ay magiging enterprising barangays na, no? Through by virtue of self-help approach using DiskarTech.
Okay, so clear position here na dapat free talaga yung transfers at least until the period of August, or all of these pandemic issues are still there. Last question, Lito. I don't think we have much more time, but generally, who are you targeting as users of this app? Is it initially the people na, nasa RCBC na? You said it's for unbanked and underserved communities. Where are you going to be really focusing on? Are they the entrepreneurs? Are they, the people that already have mobile phones? Are you trying to convince people from other banks to start using this app as well? Or can you actually have a bank account in another bank and also have this side by side, use this in tandem with other fintech players out there?
Yeah, well, that's a very interesting question, Danny. If you are to look at current statistics, as I've said, there are still more than 50 million adult Filipinos that remain na walang bank accounts, no? So kumbaga, napakalaking opportunity for anyone to be able to capture that particular market. So that's why, kumbaga, despite having so many players in the industry, marami pa rin sa ating mga kababayan ang wala talagang access, no, to financial services. So to your question, who is now the focus or the target namin, target market. So ang target namin talaga ay yung mga sinasabi nating mga nasa C2DE market, no?
Gotcha.
Na kumbaga, ito yung mga nagkakayod at nagtatrabaho sa araw-araw, at para for them to be able to parang hindi naman sasabing na isang tuka, but it's really more yung mga nagtatrabaho mga Pinoy, no, na talagang susumikap at talagang nagtatrabaho para sa kanilang mga pamilya. So ito yung marami tayong pwedeng makuha or ma-entice ng mga customers or mga users, because again, as I've said, ang dami nating mga Pilipino na wala pa ring access sa financial services. So that's why this DiskarTech is another vehicle or tool by which most of our Filipinos will be able to access and for them to be able to use it. Kasi ang alam natin na lahat ng ito ay para talaga sa kanila at ito ay napaka-timing dahil perfect timing dahil we are launching this during this what we call the now normal or the new normal.
Tama naman, Lito. I mean, the more the merrier, the more options for consumers there are, the better. It helps us also be more discerning din sa ginagamit naming services, regardless kung ano nga, class C ka ba, class D, are you mobile phone, are you, lahat ng tao kailangan na may access to finance, di ba? So it really does not really discriminate.
Actually,
but your specific target is really the ones in need.
Yeah, just one last item before I forget. Kasi yung nga sabi mo na there are so many players, no? That's right, no? And in fact, these players are practically collaborating with each other because that is now the thing that we are very thankful for because of DSP when they really push for interoperability, no? So in fact, all of these players in the industry, may it be bank or non-bank players, are practically talking to each other. So such as, for example, InstaPay and PesoNet. So you can practically transfer from bank A to bank B and from mobile wallet A to mobile wallet B, etc., right? So, and in fact, that is the beauty of having that interoperability. Kumbaga, sabi nga natin, we are really advocating for what we call open banking. So that is really what we are really pushing for the industry to adopt because that is really the way forward. So you are partnering, collaborating with third-party providers for you to be able to service greater majority of the Filipino nation.
And also for the negosyantes, di ba? They don't want just one platform. I mean, you want to be able to use your business in many, many different platforms. So collaboration is very key. So thank you, Lito. Guys, this wraps up our session. I think we're a bit over time, but maraming salamat sa mga tanong ninyo. So very thankful to the members of the media and our partners, of course, contributing to today's discussion. So sa inyong tulong, we can bring this country's first inclusion super app sa mga madidiscarding Pinoy. So good news, sa lahat ng guests natin today, you can actually download, as I mentioned earlier, papakita namin ulit sa screen, just so that everyone can download and play around with it. Just see kung gusto nyo ba yung platform na to. So it's the DiskarTech app with a K. It's available on Google Play Store and Apple App Store. You can also just scan the code right now that's being flashed on your screen. So we'll make that the babad ng konti. And just guys, very, very quickly before we end the virtual launch, we want to share with you this DiskarTech jingle you will all enjoy. So again, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Danny Laurel. I have been your host for today para sa Bawat Madiskarteng Pinoy. This is Asenso. This is DiskarTech.
Sa DiskarTech, kaya mo yan. Ang dream mo ay makakamtan. Sa DiskarTech, set your goals and go. Sa DiskarTech, kaya mo ito. Sa DiskarTech, sa DiskarTech. Do you ever dream for bago mong motor? Latest mobile phone, kaso walang ipon. Do you ever dream sarili mong negosyo para umasenso? Kailan kaya ito? Pero chill ka lang, kayang-kaya mo yan. Kung merong dream, tamang diskarte lang kailangan dyan. Ngumiti ka na, mag-rejoice ka pa, may pag-asa na. Madali ka na mag-ipon, mag-transfer fund, mag-collect, magbayad, may loan, insurance, and more. Sa DiskarTech, kaya mo yan. Ang dream mo ay makakakamtan.
Thank you so much to our host, Danny Laurel. At maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nakasama natin today as we move towards a maginhawang buhay with DiskarTech. Salamat po sa mga nag-tune in sa Facebook and YouTube. Again, i-download nyo na po ang DiskarTech app via Google Play and App Store. Download na dahil madiskartek tayo. Maraming salamat pong muli, isang maginhawang buhay sa inyong lahat.
Sa DiskarTech, kaya mo yan. Ang dream mo ay makakamtan. Sa DiskarTech, set your goals and go. Sa DiskarTech, kaya mo ito. Sa DiskarTech, sa DiskarTech.
Do you ever dream for bago mong motor? Latest mobile phone, kaso walang ipon. Do you ever dream sarili mong negosyo para umasenso? Kailan kaya ito? Pero chill ka lang, kayang-kaya mo yan. Kung